a little about me. So I live in Atlanta, Georgia, where we are headquarters. So we only have the one headquarters, which is kind of fun because our company feels really like a family, which is great. So we all work together in the same building and travel together, all that kind of thing. So Mellow Mushroom was founded in Atlanta, Georgia in 1974. So we've been around for almost 50 or over 50 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and so we celebrated 50 years a couple years ago, which was really cool. We did a really fun campaign around that. And so we are a pizza company, but we also do salads, sandwiches, calzones. So our menu is, the focus of our menu is pizza, but I think any type of guest can come to our restaurant and feel satisfied with like what they get off our menu, which is really cool. Incredible. A huge part of our business, and that does take up a lot of what I do. But menus are so intricate, so there's so much that goes into them and all the details. If one period is off, that on all of your menus you have to reprint. So that's a lot of the big thing that I focus on. But I also work with our packaging and the design of our packaging. So that's been kind of cool. So a lot of the print side of our brand is what I work on.
Incredible. How does your corporate team and franchisees stay aligned?
So I think one of the key things to a great corporate and franchise relationship is communication. So we are in constant communication with our franchisees, whether it's through system-wide webinars that we hold, where we're going over menu, tech, ops initiatives that are coming out throughout the year. We also post articles on our intranet, which we launched our intranet in 2022 because there was a gap in the way that we were communicating with our franchisees, because we sent out bi-weekly newsletters, and then those newsletters would get lost in emails, things like that. So the information would kind of just disappear. So now we have this intranet where we're able to post articles where, for example, with menu rollouts, we post everything that's new that's coming out on the menu so that they know what to expect when they come and order their menus like 2 months later. We also post training videos on there, so our training team will do videos of them creating new food items and then post it so that stores can always access that whenever they want to go back and like refresh on how to make something, for example. We have calendar updates on there, everything like that. So I think that is a great way, and that we're always in communication with our franchisees. And then we also really appreciate feedback from our franchisees. So we send out surveys to them throughout the year asking them, what went wrong with this or what went right with certain promotions that we're doing. We have a committee of franchisees.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, and it's like there's like a certain criteria that they are able to get on this committee, but the leadership team meets with them throughout the year, and they're able to voice any concerns or issues that they have within the system. But then also the leadership team is able to consult with them on any like upcoming initiatives that we may have coming up. So they're almost like a gut check before we launch the system to say, hey, what do you guys think about these new sandwiches that we're testing? And they get to taste them, look at the recipes, the menus and all that kind of thing to make sure that the rest of the system will actually like what we're about to do with these.
With all the franchisees that you do have, how do you keep the brand consistent while still giving franchisees flexibility to market locally?
Yeah, so we actually really encourage our franchisees to market locally. And one of those ways that we do that is we have a program where they're able to send in requests for any like local assets that they would need. So whether it's print, so like if they want to do a box topper marketing a happy hour that they have, or a poster marketing something, or even social assets, and to even billboards if they want to do that. So they send in that request, and then our creative team gets it, and then we use our in-house graphic design team to actually create those assets for them. So we'll do whatever they ask, essentially to a point. But
Right.
we want to make sure that those assets also have or stay within our brand guidelines. So using our in-house team, we're able to make sure that those assets have our fonts, our colors, our patterns, whichever. And then of course we send it to them, we let them approve it. And then if they're like, yeah, I love this, then we'll just send them the art files and they can print, or we'll print through you guys and send it off to them. So that's a really great way that we're kind of also to monitor what they're doing locally, but we're able to help them in any way that we can. Because of course, they don't have their own marketing team, so we're that for them. And then we also have a portal where they can access anything quickly that they need. So our logo, our colors, our patterns, and even some like menu food photography. Because our stores, they have their own Instagram accounts that they run themselves. So if they want to promote, the buffalo chicken pizza that's on our menu just randomly on a Tuesday, they could have they have access to the professional food photography that we have, and they can just put that on their Instagram account. And we want to give our franchisees as much access to the things that we use, in our system-wide marketing as we can, so that they feel like they don't have to run everything through us. They can market whatever they want, just using everything that fits into our guidelines.
Right.
Yeah, and I just give so much kudos to our design team. They're incredible, and the art that they're able to create while also they can make food exciting and like pretty to look at, which I think takes a special kind of talent. And that's one of my favorite things about working on menu and with our design team is that I'm able to watch them take all the information dump I give them and create a piece of art with our menus. And I think it's also makes the guest experience with our menu so exciting and fun because we do reprint them like every 6 months. So you get to see something kind of new every 6 months, not only with the food in our menu, but like the art itself of the menu. So
that's incredible. What role does print play in your marketing from menus to in-store materials? Like what are the most important print materials for that guest experience, do you feel?
So yeah, definitely menus. Obviously, I think that's a big one, but then also table tents is a huge one for us. And we switch our table tents out constantly. So we have basically 3 sides of a table tent leatherette where we're able to market items that either are new to the system and we want to bring extra awareness to the guests so they know like, oh, I want to order that, or something that's like an LTO that we can't necessarily reprint the menu for that one item. So we're able to market it on a table tent where for a month, like I'll give you an example, we are promoting a St. Patrick's Day drink for the month of March, and it's only for 1 month, it's one price point. We're able to print a table tent so guests know, oh, I can buy that for this 1 month. It's pretty, it's like in your face, it gives you a menu description, a picture of the drink, and I think that is like one of the best ways to market literally to a guest like right in front of their face. And we've actually seen evidence of sales increases of those specific items that are printed on table tents, which is great. Like,
incredible.
We
fantastic.
love that.
So when the guest sees that menu in the restaurant, how important is that, do you feel like, to that brand experience, the guest experience? What do you hope that they take away from that?
I think the menu is a huge representation of your brand because that's like one of the first things that a guest looks at when they come into a menu besides the restaurant itself. So we always want the guest experience to be as seamless and easy as possible. And so I think when you have a well executed, easy to read, like easy flow of a menu, then your guest experience will be great. And you don't want your guests to have all these questions while reading your menu. You want them to be able to understand everything. So we actually are launching a new menu in April that's a more like durable and sturdy menu, but we're also combining our beverage menu and our core menu so that we're not giving out all these separate menus that maybe a server accidentally forgets to give them the beverage menu or something like that. Now it's all in one place and it's in the order flow too. So obviously you order drinks first when you come to a restaurant. So it comes with drinks first and then you get your appetizers or what we call munchies, and then pizzas, and like the back is like dessert and everything like that. So I'm excited for this menu to launch, and I can't wait to see what guest feedback is because the guest was definitely in mind when we were creating this menu. So I think when you have a great menu, you're gonna have a great guest experience.